Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. I haven't got my microphone in position before I started, and please do all the liking and socially and subscribey things, all that stuff I usually ask you to do. If you're new here, subscribe and you'll find out all the stuff I usually ask you to do. Also pop on over to patreon.com/earlymorningbarking for some extra content, and I've got a podcast back out again after only a few episodes of it going off the air. Just search Early Morning Barking on iTunes and Spotify and you'll find it. Also, I'm aware my door is open. It's because there's a dog on the floor down there again. So today I want to talk about when the NPD takes over from the BPD. But more correctly, I want to talk about when the NPD takes responsibility for the BPD. That's really what it feels like to me. You can have your BPD rage and burn down the world, right? That's something we're all good at doing. We've done it multiple times. It's the big... I liken it to turning into the Hulk and just smashing, and we do that. And then guilt comes. We inevitably don't want to have done those things. After every high, there's a low. And when you get that high of the rage and all of that, you inevitably crash down and feel horrific and awful and embarrassed and shamed and guilty and all kinds of stuff like that, right? So we have to cope with that. Now, this is where I like having NPD. This is where it actually comes on into its own and helps you deal with that BPD a little bit. Not healthily, but you'll feel better. Basically, it's that whole thing of, well, I meant to do that. You deserved it. You shouldn't have crossed me. Look what I did. Look at the damage I will do when you upset me, because that is my power that I have over you. You deserved that. I will look at this destruction and I will say it is good. Straight away. There's your NPD defense. And it has to come in because you feel like crap, because you've just done some of the most horrific things. You've just said horrible things. You've just destroyed however many relationships and friendships. Whatever you've done in your BPD rage, you've got to somehow deal with that pain. And NPD is all about not dealing with pain by pretending there's no pain. So if I meant it, if you deserved that because you did something to me and now I had to destroy you. So you brought that on yourself. Is that my fault? Is that my do I need to feel bad about your mistakes? And ultimately, shouldn't that show you that I am more powerful than you and will destroy the world if it means me getting what I want, or just to make you feel bad? I'll break everything. I don't care. Whatever. This is the defense that we put up straight away. I meant it. You deserved it. It was your own fault. All of that stuff. Because this NPD just comes in and it takes over. It's found the pain that's coming from the shame and the guilt and whatever else you've done from that BPD rage, from that BPD outburst, anything negative, and it sweeps it under the rug. We'll deal with it another day. Maybe. All of this weighs you down. It's like chains that are wrapping around you, getting heavier and heavier, and you pull them with you your entire life, being weighed down and made heavier all the time because there's all this pain that you're carrying with you. You're dragging it along behind you and masking it and hiding it out front. And so this NPD just comes in, and it doesn't just take over for BPD rages, of course. It takes over for all kinds of things. But what it does is when you have both, it gives you a reason to dismiss the rage. Okay? It gives you that reason to say, well, that wasn't BPD rage, actually. That wasn't unreasonable. That was founded. That was reasonable behavior. And it allows you to go on doing it. We talk about how NPD on its own is so difficult to even identify. because people who are narcissists think they are brilliant and perfect. So why would you find a problem? And BPD is that pain that follows along behind us and drags and makes us feel low. So one can sort of defend you from the other. And the danger, of course, in this case is that when the NPD is defending you from the BPD, it can make the BPD sound like it's not a problem, right? NPD behavior doesn't feel like a problem. It feels fine. It feels like you are carefully considered, in charge, perfect, superior, whatever. And the BPD obviously doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. But if we can mask it, if we can cover it up with NPD stuff from over here, then it stops being a problem altogether, right? Because then it's not unreasonable behavior over here. It's not splitting on someone or getting too angry or too emotional. It's this from the narcissism. And we use it and we camouflage this BPD. And it can stand in your way of realizing that there are problems over here. So doing it is quite a dangerous thing, I suppose, when you're doing it without knowing that you're doing it. It's not great when you're doing it knowing you're doing it, but this can sort of mask and hide all of those problems which clearly should be getting treatment, should be getting help, because you can identify them as obviously bad behaviors, things that you should live without. So we know we're doing it. That's the other thing. That's the thing to be made clear, right? I think I know I'm doing it because I have to find a way to feel better. And I know deep down inside it hurts me. And maybe I can dismiss it. Maybe I can forget about it. I can kick the can down the road some more and feel that pain later. Maybe never. But it requires me to be horrible. It requires me to be harsh. It requires me to be unpleasant. And even that brings with it its own weight and its own chains that pile on, because I'm not a bad, horrible person. I don't want to treat people like that, and I don't want to be known to treat people like that. So when I do it, it hurts me almost as much as it hurts everybody else. So the NPD takes responsibility for the BPD. It stands in front of it and says, whoa, I've got this, right? Yeah, you did a bad thing, but we'll make sure it's okay. And that's bad. I did a bad thing, whatever it was, whenever it was. I need to deal with the bad thing, not hide it. And not make more bad things to go on hiding it. But without help, without analyzing it, that's what you do, right? Once you know, you can start stopping. And you also start stopping the BPD rage as well. I've not had anything to mask for a very long time. So it's a point you can reach. It's a point you can get to. I'm there. Hi, it's great here. And I didn't think I ever would. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, look, this is doable. I'm not clever or special or brilliant or perfect. I just did therapy. And now I don't BPD rage anymore as much. For a long time, probably. You take care. I'll see you later. Bye.